on a high ground, elevating your voice, sing it out loud, elevating your voice above the noise. If you've got something to say, we're lifting it all the way. The high ground, elevating your voice above the noise. The high ground.
Thank you so much for letting me come and tell people about what I did. I help people get their health back. I like to show people that there are alternatives to get well. We need our doctors, and I have absolutely nothing against doctors. But there are alternatives that can help us to get well. Well, I'll try to make that long story short.
No, make it as long as you want.
I began having just symptoms like everybody has, just different odd things. And then I had a gallbladder, had to have my gallbladder removed. And then I developed a rash, started on my hands. It eventually took over my body. And it got so bad on my hands that I actually, my fingernails were turning black and coming off. And so I had been going to doctors and all kinds, trying to get to the bottom of it. And finally, one of them told me that it possibly was autoimmune related. So I began researching everything deeply and found a functional medicine doctor in Austin, Texas that specialized in autoimmune. And so my daughter took me there, and I had been suffering with this for about 5 years, more or less. I'd have to take like my ibuprofen to take a shower and, stuff like that. Anyway, when I walked in the door, they get your whole history before you get there. They know your whole life whenever you get there. And so I walked in the door and I said, "Can you please help me feel better?" And he said, "Why don't we just make you well?" And that was the first hope that I had. And it was my first introduction to functional medicine. And so that's how within less than 3 months, a little over 2 months, my rash was gone. And a functional medicine doctor is just like a traditional doctor, except they are trained also in nutrition and lifestyle. And they started me on lots of supplements and changed my diet, totally changed my diet, but it was temporary. And whenever my symptoms started going away, then I could start back adding things into my diet. And so that's how I got started. I wanted to help other people to find their health before they went through all the doctors and all the try this and try that of years. I wanted to help people to get better. And you can whenever you start getting these odd symptoms, is your body talking to you? Yeah. And telling you, I need for you to do something different. After I was getting well, after I was well, I kept having this gnawing thing that I wanted to help other people to feel that high and to feel what good health feels like. And it kept gnawing at me. And finally, one day I said to my husband, I think I want to coach people. I see these things online where people coach people, and I would like to do that. He says, well, think about it. Think about it for a couple of weeks or so. And if you still feel like that, let's talk about it some more. And so I waited a whole month, and I still felt so strongly about it. And so I told him, and so I picked out the Functional Medicine Coaching Academy, and I graduated from there in 2019. And it was very hard for me to get started because I'm not very outgoing. And so it was hard for me to market myself and to, even though I was in real estate for a long time, and I did marketing for my husband as a team, but he was basically the one that was out with the people, and I ran the office. And so this was totally new to me, and it was my very first group coaching class. I was just petrified, and it was very hard, but I had a good attendance, and everybody just loved it, and so that helped. We've had that building, and so after I graduated from the coaching school and everything, well, our renter had moved out, and so we decided that I decided that would be a really good place to do coaching.
Absolutely.
And so we went in and redid it, and that was what started that. And my husband has been very, I would say that he has been supportive, but it's been more than that because it was a lot for him.
Oh, bless him.
He was ready for me to retire. He retired and was just doing cattle. And so, but this is what I wanted to do. And he was very good about it. It's at 1171 Highway 71 South of Mena. And it's where if you pass, going out of town, if you pass those little white picket fence, that's where we're at.
How often do you meet up with with your groups?
In the past, it's just been random. I do it probably every couple of months or so. I'm going to try to do it just about every month this year, and that's in person classes. And then I also do individual one-on-one coaching. I sell 4-week packages of that because just one coaching session isn't gonna change anything.
Yeah.
Very, very likely not to. And so I do that, and then I'm going to start what's called a paid membership online to one of my group sessions.
Yes, group sessions.
Well, number one, they'll have a good time because we have a really good group of people that come. It's very interactive. I have it's about a subject like this the one that I did last week was change your symptoms to good health. And so we started out with, naming different symptoms and what we do for those symptoms, like a headache, we take a pill and things like that. But it's your body trying to tell you something. But anyway, I have a subject, and we discuss the ways to help on that. But during that, I welcome questions and comments, and it's just been very interactive, and you can learn just from listening to the people that are there. And then I have healthy food before we leave, and it's the only standard that I have is no gluten and no sugar.
Okay.
And so it's basically anything else. And I usually have like a meat or a protein of some kind. And then like last week we had a cream of chicken and rice soup, and it was really good. And with that we had little fruit cups that also had bruschetta in it and cheese. And then we had some gluten-free chips. Heatlth makes really, really good gluten-free. And it has some of those and some homemade ranch dip.
Put it that way.
Most people don't feel good.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't really realize it. And the little symptoms that we have, they think it's normal. And when people don't sleep good at night, they think it's normal. And we just have so many things, and we stay so stressed. And we have to do something about it because our body was not made to run like that, to run full speed all the time. And we have to exercise. And so in every session that I do, I bring up those 4 things because that's what our health is made for. And so many of us are not well, and we don't really know it because we've just kind of gradually got into that spot. And it's normal for us. But whenever we start eating proper food, real food, instead of over-processed food, and some of us, there's a lot of people that are gluten intolerant that don't realize this, but if you can get totally off of wheat or grain, most people, it will make a great difference. People say it's really hard to do. Well, it was hard for me to do, but I had to do it all at once. I teach my people that they can gradually do it. They can like have one meal a week or one day a week, no gluten, no sugar. And I encourage them to start small. Now, I had to do it all at once. And I do think that that is the best way to do it, but most people are not open to that. But if you do it all at once and you get all that poison out of your body, then once you're off of it for like 2 weeks, even, you don't have that, you don't have to have it like you used to. You just craved it all the time. We do. We crave it all the time. But whenever you're off of it, you don't have that crave. And so much of our processed food is addictive and made to be addictive. And even if it's not made to be addictive, it is addictive. And whenever you're off of it, you can actually taste the taste of real food. Now, I promise you, if somebody set a homemade chocolate pie down in front of me now, I would have a bite of it. I would have a piece of it. But once you get your body straightened out to where you are healthy again, you can do that once in a while. Like we have pancakes probably once a month or once every few months. We have special treats. We don't totally, but I do not eat bread out anywhere. Now, I can fix my own bread and I eat it, but I use special flour and things like that. But that's what I want the people to know is that they can change. We have power to give ourselves health. We're made to be healthy. Our bodies were made to heal themselves. And once we realize that, I want people to realize that. And once they realize that, then I encourage them to set a goal for themselves, what they want to do. I don't tell them what to eat. I don't tell them to eat anything or what supplements or anything. I don't do anything like that. I help them to decide where they're lacking, where they want to change, and then I help them to do that. My email is Sharon at whereisyourcom.com. My phone number is 479-234-2298. My Facebook is Where Is Your Tom? And our building is located at 1171 Highway 71 South, just south of Mena. We're going to meet most months. I'm not going to meet in May because I've discovered that people have too many things going on in May and they can't come in. Yes. And I'm not going to meet in July because that's when I'm planning on taking some time off. Yes. And I'm not going to meet in December. Yes. So other than that, I'm going to try to do it every month this year. And we do have a special for if spouses come, one of them gets half pass.
Oh, nice. Well, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate you. And I hope that we can get, this video out there so more people can know and more people can, take control of their health.
Yes. Because we can control our health for the most part.